Hello my fellow brothers and sisters in anime, and welcome to another video. Today's anime of topic is one that's somewhat popular and yet unpopular for many reasons. Katsugeki Touken Ranbu has been called many things over the couple of years since it's been in existence. Boring, slow, uninteresting, droll, tiring, vexing, boring, etc, etc. But I'm here to tell you the absolute truth. They are absolutely right. Like, Christ, it's so boring. So boring that I fell asleep three times trying to watch it. Yep, that's how bad it is. However, it is much more than that, sure. But before we get into the good, the bad, and the ugly, here's a quick recap on the story. In a world that's fraught with danger and confusing gender traps, the forces of good and evil battle for who can control the flow of time better. On the good side, we have a sage named Saniwa, followed by a ridiculously small army of warriors who were once historical weapons given life. Together, they face off against the bad guys, the Time Retrograde Army, a proper army with seemingly no clear leader nor goal, except for the obsession of occasionally popping in and out of timelines, trying to ruin one thing or the other, and of course incite chaos, because why not? So basically, what goes down is this. The TRA, Time Retrograde Army, jumps into a certain timeline, let's say today, and they decide to off a particular person who could potentially be beneficial to the world. Let's say me, of course. Then Saniwa and his goons swoop into this timeline as well and try to stop them, as failing to do so could lead to my death and in turn the end of the world in the future. Yep, I'm that important. Now this brings us to one of the bad things I felt about this anime. From the recap, it's obvious that the story is largely two-dimensional. Good guys versus bad guys, no biggie. And in situations like this, most anime try to overshadow its two-dimensional nature by putting in a lot of fight scenes or spicy concepts, if you know what I mean. But the problem with Katsugeki Touken Ranbu is that while it does have good fight scenes, it's not nearly enough to kill the boredom. The anime started out nice, quite alright, with dope fights, and the first episode was full of a lot of fight scenes. But after that, it was just talk up and down. If the characters were not holding strategy meetings one place or the other, then they are doing one family-owned meeting or something at another place. I'm not saying that there shouldn't be any dialogue. After all, that helps in development of the story and the characters and all that. And I get that it's a historical anime, so they should talk about history, yes. But at least spice it up with something nice, a good fight, something. Haba. It's like eating chicken without spicing it with pepper or curry or spice. And anyway, I digress. My next issue with Katsugeki Touken Ranbu is the character naming. It may seem quite petty, but I didn't quite like the way the characters were named, and I'm sure a few others who have seen the anime felt the same. Unlike other anime characters with catchy names that are easy to remember, these ones had incredibly unpopular names. Their names were so plain and normal that you could only distinguish the characters based on their unique designs, which is a plus for the anime, I guess. Although, considering the fact that the anime is dominantly focused in historical Japan, these warriors who were supposedly actual weapons in Japanese history could have been given their actual names in order to be more authentic. It sure didn't stop me from identifying them as the impulsive one, the logical one, the emotional one, the cold one, the big one, the other cool one, and so on and so forth. But amidst all these issues with the anime, there are a few good things I actually liked about it. Aside the beautiful fight scenes, the unique character design, the occasional Japanese history lesson that I actually didn't care for, I was pretty impressed with what they did to combat the 2D nature of the story. I'm not one for dropping major spoilers, but I'll scratch the surface a bit. The anime put decent consideration into characters' conflict of emotions, especially when the characters were put in a familiar timeline. Imagine, as a weapon, you've been given life to stop evil and all that. Then you were put in a timeline where your former master, who used to use you as a weapon back in the past, is still alive and active. It kind of breeds a certain level of, what should I do? Should I meet my master? Is he gonna die? Should I stop him from dying? And so on and so forth. So yeah, it does show that a lot of thought was put into the anime, and honestly, that's majorly what kept me going till the end. So the question ultimately is this: should you watch Katsugeki Touken Run? In my opinion, I'd say you should watch it if you've got nothing better to do, or if you're into Japanese history. But I'll sure advise you to have hot pepper soup or asun with coffee, or maybe nkwobi by your side, to keep you awake long enough so that you can, get to the good part. Don't say I didn't warn you. Good luck. This is Maisie. As usual, you guys are the best. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. See you again in the next video. Jana.